Anything on film today that maybe didn't feel during the game that you feel like are controllables that you all can handle in game 2?
Yeah, a lot of stuff. I mean, that's what it's all about. You know, there's always some stuff that you can get better at. You know, we got a great film session, and we've seen a lot of stuff that we can get better at, and we'll be ready for those moments for game 2.
The morning after now, what's the mood like with the team?
Good, pretty good. Like I said, you know, watching the film, you know, there's a lot of stuff that we can get better at. We know what we're good at. You know, some of the stuff that we didn't do well enough to be able to win that game 1, but not at the spirits, and then all the guys are good. And,
Do you think the layoff had any effect last night?
the way?
The 9 days off, did that have any effect at all on you guys?
Not really. I mean, we had those 9 days off. It was not up to us, but at the same time, it was just extra days for us to get our legs back and all that type of stuff. But I don't think it affected us at all.
Lou, you guys played the fewest clutch time games of any team in the league in the regular season, a product of blowing a lot of teams out. In the playoffs, or when games get close, are you guys confident in those sort of situations?
Yeah, for sure. Even though we didn't have that many games in those type of situations, but we watched a lot of film and we practiced a lot. Those type of moments. Like I said last night, a couple of stuff could have been executed a little bit a little bit better. But you know, it's a learning process. You know, we'll be ready next time it happens again.
Lou, I know you're mostly defending away from Jokic. That's mostly Chet. Party side, and maybe a guy like Caruso is in the mix sometimes in double. But what you see as far as what allowed Jokic to get going late in the game?
He's a great player. He's their main guy. He's been in those positions before. He's going to make a lot of tough shots. So, you know, anything that we can throw at him to make it tougher and harder for him. You know, he's the type of player he is for a reason. And, you know, we got a lot of great defenders. So wherever we can throw it at him, we'll do it.
He had 5 fouls for a lot of that fourth quarter. It felt like there was chances that he probably could have got DQ'd. Did you see plays where you probably thought he should have had a 6th foul?
I mean, he's a smart player. Maybe he could have, maybe not. It don't really matter. But you know, he stayed in the game with all those fouls and still played the right way. And you know, he's a smart player. So you know, I'm not surprised that he didn't get his last one.
Well, Chet had a tough finish with the 2 missed free throws at the end. Did you say anything to him last night or today? And how do you all as a team make sure that doesn't linger for him?
Yeah, just got to move on. You know, Chet has done a lot of stuff for us in that game to be able to be there and you know, at that position we had towards the end of the game. So you know, just got to move on. See what we can get better at, see what he can get better at, and then you know, just turn the page and be ready for game 2.
Lou, you guys usually foul when you're up 3 in those situations. Is it the plan to foul so quickly, like right off the catch?
That was a game plan. We followed the game plan. You know, whatever coach had us doing, we did it. And like I said, we watch film and we'll watch the stuff that you know we get better at than that.
Will you make sure There's a lot of things you guys could do better from last night, but what's like the biggest takeaway from watching that film that you want to improve in game 2?
I mean, there's so many stuff I can name, but just compete. It's a 48-minute game. Just play the whole game. There's gonna be a lot of ups and downs, a lot of runs, and we just gotta stay together and then do everything we gotta do to win the game.
You said Jokic is a smart player. He's also a very physical player, and he's even more physical than usual. If he's allowed to play the way he did, is there going to be an adjustment?
On our end, nah. I mean, we a physical team. We've been playing that way the whole season. If he jumps his physicality on his side, it's on him. But on our side, we'll play the way we've been playing all year.
Well, you got out to a little bit of a slow shooting start in that game, and then ended up going 4 straight from 3. Just what allowed you to maintain your confidence throughout the game?
Just keep shooting. You know, I've been in those position before this games. I went 0 for 10. Like, I mean, I've seen it all. So you know, I trust my work. I put a lot of work into my game. I've been in those type of games before too, so just got to stay in it and you know, keep shooting good ones.
Piggybacking on that, I mean, it looks like you didn't hesitate on those. Like you were ready. Were you prepared to receive those shots in the series?
I mean, I'm just really reading the defense. I mean, you know, they play a different style of defense. They throw a lot of different stuff. So, you know, I just got to be ready for the open ones. But, you know, whenever I say a good look, I just got to show with confidence, which I do.
You've been here through this rebuild. Your thoughts on Presti being named Executive of the Year?
It's great, yeah. Obviously, he earned it. I'm surprised. I think I heard it was his first one, but it's just a little surprising. But you know, it is what it is. He definitely earned that. I mean, it doesn't come just it's the whole organization, the guys that he put together, and then you know we all happy with him.
He's talked about your, you know, maybe tough day or two after the draft, and you know, just that process of bringing you in. Do you remember any initial conversations that you had with Sam?
I remember a lot. Remember when I got the phone call at the draft. Maybe when I had a little lunch with him when I got here, and then you know the thing that stuck with me the most was this is just a start for any players that got called or didn't get called. At least whoever got an opportunity, that's their start for them, and which that's what he told me, and you know he obviously had a plan for me, and then it worked out.
You said that whether Jokic is physical or not, that's separate of your guys' physicality. Did you feel like you were able to be as physical with him as you have been with other teams all year?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, we can't control the ref's whistle. You know, obviously they have to still control the game, but on our end, we just got to keep doing what we're doing. And you know, if the ref calls something, they call it. If it doesn't call it, I mean, we move on and we play on.
Lou,
One
how are
thing
you
that
feeling
worked
after-
out for you, Jamal Murray, I think, got 12 points the first quarter, ended up with 21. So was there kind of some adjustment to slow him up? It looked like he was on his way to a winning game as well.
Yeah. You know, he got comfortable early. You know, hit a lot of tough shots. I mean, you know, they're all good players for a reason. He's a good player as well, so he's gonna hit a lot of tough shots. So my main thing always whenever I guard somebody like that is always make it tough, and which I feel like, you know, I pretty much did kind of the same stuff in the second half, and you know, it was still, you know, he was still taking tough shots that, you know, he just missed.
Lou, how are you feeling today after that sort of rough elbow you caught last night?
I'm good. My hair is saved.
Anybody else? Thank you, Lou.
Thanks, Lou.
Thanks.